Yo, how's it going, guys? It's Approach here, and today we are back with another Black Ops 3 video. And today, guys, in this video we're gonna be talking about the top 5 most underrated guns in Black Ops 3. So hopefully, you guys do enjoy this video. If you do, make sure you leave a like and subscribe for more content in the future. So let's get on with the video. So, guys, at number 5 we actually have the Pharaoh submachine gun. Now, this Pharaoh submachine gun obviously is a 4-round burst SMG, and if you put the right attachments on it, it pretty much shoots quite rapidly for a burst weapon, and it is pretty solid. That's why, I mean, it has an inconsistency of where sometimes it's a 1 burst, sometimes it's a 2 burst, and then other times it can be a 3 burst. But a lot of the time it is like a 2 to 1 burst. So yeah, it is quite inconsistent, but it is definitely, useful, and it is definitely a good weapon. Obviously you need the right attachments for it. Now personally, I would probably put on something like grip, quick draw, rapid fire, or something like that. It's up to you. Or I'd put a suppressor on it, and then I might actually have an elo on it. I think my previous class I have an elo on, so I think mine has suppressor, grip, elo, and that could be it. Or unless if I put long barrel on, so the suppressor is not counted as like lower range. But honestly, try that class out. It's really, really useful. So moving on to number 4, we have the Razorback submachine gun. Now, a lot of people use this gun in the beta. If you can remember, it was the best SMG. Obviously, then they did a big nerf to it because it was that overpowered, and then obviously when it got into the full game, people didn't use it, and then I think midway through the game, people started using it again because it had like a little bit of a buff, and then people got bored of it and then just died out. And then a lot of people still don't know that it is actually a decent SMG if you put the right attachments on it. So that's why it's underrated, and that's why it's in this top 5. So obviously, if I have a elo sight on it, a lot of people I've seen who actually have used this weapon have the elo sight on it, but I don't know. I honestly don't know if it will need a elo sight. I mean, I do like the iron sights. It's personal preference, but for the leave the sights for the moment. I'd honestly recommend putting on probably quick draw, probably fast mags, and I would say rapid fire. I'd say something like that, because then it is just quick firing, and fast mags definitely needed, because obviously when you get into them gunfights, then you can have a little bit of a trouble with it. Unless if you don't actually want fast mags on for any reason, then throw on the long barrel, because then it'll increase the range of it and make it even stronger at range. I'm pretty sure it's the reason why I don't put long barrel on it is because I think it's like the longest range SMG in the game. I could be wrong though, but yeah, that's why I honestly think it is definitely deserves to be in the top 5 for most underrated, because a lot of people do not use it, especially when it had that nerf. So yeah, honestly, go back and use this weapon because it is actually really good. Now moving into number 3, we actually have, believe it or not, the ICR. Now the ICR assault rifle is probably the most accurate gun in Black Ops 3, because it had a nerf of damage. I can remember it had that nerf of damage, but it had a buff of recoil, and I think it was at range or something like that. And a lot of people obviously haven't used this. I haven't seen really anyone use this. I mean, other than like 1 or 2 people who like I see like rarely. Honestly, guys, no one really uses the ICR anymore. And to be honest, I started using it earlier on, and it is pretty decent. If you, as long as you're accurate with it, it is definitely definitely really good. Like, it's worth trying because as long as you're accurate, then you can get them kills nice and easy. I would recommend fast mags probably on that because it can reload a little bit slow. Quick draw obviously, and I wouldn't recommend grip, knowing the guns are laser. Um, but if you want to put that on, then you make it even more of a laser gun, which is just mad. But I don't think it needs it. I'd honestly use the other attachment for either long barrel or I'd say an elo sight or something like that, because a lot of people actually didn't like the sights of the ICR. So that's why if you want to put an elo sight on, a lot of people say, why don't you put a reflex sight on? Honestly, the elo sight is better because the elo sight, when you've got the reflex sight on and you're boosting up around, up and everywhere, like because it's Black Ops 3, you've got to boost up in the air and all that. Your sight actually like flicks up if you've noticed when you use the reflex, and it can actually put your aim off a bit and make you like just miss aim, and then that's how you can die. So whereas the elo, it kind of doesn't do that, it just stays still, so it kind of has less sway. It basically just makes it accurate as possible. So yeah, that is definitely useful. So definitely use elo sight over the actual reflex, and that's why you see a lot of people using elo anyway, because they know already. So yeah, moving on to number 2, guys. Honestly, number 2, this is going to be the Dredge LMG. Now, the Dredge LMG, I never see anyone use at all. Like, anyone. Like, I mean, there's the odd person with the LMG, but it's like no one really uses the Dredge. And honestly, this thing is a monster. Like, this thing is a monster. This thing is a one burst. I think it's got 6 bullets in its round, each burst. Sorry. So yeah, that is pretty mad. And as long as you're accurate, that's definitely recommending to just one burst people everywhere. And that thing, if you put quick draw on that, you put grip on that, you put something like maybe stock on that thing is just destruction. Obviously, an elo sight, I would recommend an elo sight on that because the iron sights are a little bit weird. That's why you don't see a lot of people using the iron sights, and yeah, so I would recommend an elo sight on it, guys. But yeah, it is definitely a monster class, and you don't really get any recoil from it, but I would recommend putting grip on just in case it has that slight kick, because I have witnessed like the slight kick before. So you can put it on if so, and you can control it, then obviously put something else on like rapid fire, make it even quicker, shooting them bursts out, which makes it even more effective. So yeah, that is pretty much number 2. So number 1, guys, is going to be the XR2, guys. So the XR2 is the second gun in its class, I think, for the assault rifles, and yeah, it's honestly a monster. I mean, 3-round burst. Obviously, people preferred the M8 over the XR2 because it was a 4-round burst and it shot a lot faster than the XR2, but the XR2 has more damage than the M8. But I think there was like a bit of a buff with the M8, I think, which actually made the M8 stronger. So it's like was almost comparison with the XR2. But honestly, you know what I mean? Like the XR2, it's pretty decent. It's definitely underrated. I know it's definitely underrated. Like everyone uses either the M8 or the M16 DLC weapon. And the reason why I didn't put any DLC weapons in this was because obviously it's not really, you know what I mean? I can't really say, oh, DLC weapons underrated, you know what I mean? Because it's like you're gambling for them, so I can't really say that. But honestly, try the XR2 out. Make sure you use an elo sight on it. I mean, people can use the iron sights, but elo, probably best. I mean, I prefer the elo. I can use the iron sights, but I probably do prefer the elo. Put rapid fire on it to make it quicker, obviously, because it hasn't got a faster fire rate as the M8, so you want to make sure it has similar fire rate as the M8. you know, because that's a godly weapon too. Um, and put quick draw on, obviously, and I don't think you need grip. You might do, I'm not too sure. I don't think you do though, because it's free round burst, so it's not, you know, but it's a monster. I think that is pretty much it though, guys, for the top 5 most underrated guns in Black Ops 3 so far at this moment of time. So yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, like I said, make sure you leave a like and subscribe for more of these videos. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Hopefully I have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Peace.